we need to have more positivity instead of just everyone just focusing on negative stuff. Then that's why I feel that how I can get my voice heard or can help do my part to make things better is by doing more happier or positive artworks.
Hey everyone, I'm Ronnie from AMC Studio. This is the podcast where we dig and dive deep into the scene and the culture of what it means to be in the media industry and hear from the people who have had a hand in building it. Welcome to Tea Talk with AMC Studios. Today we have Hang Kwong with us. Thanks again for coming.
Thanks for the invite.
With his motto of creating art to inspire hope and happiness, Hang Kwong has always been the one to put a smile on everyone's heart with his localized and relatable memes, illustrations, reimagined MRT station logos like this, and also doing volunteering work for people with special needs. So spreading the infectious joy through his work, his main goal is to make people feel entertained through harder times. Thank you for joining us today, Hang Kwong.
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie, for having me. Yeah.
Now, Hang Kwong and I actually knew each other back in 2004, if I remember correctly. That's
yes.
14 or 17 years ago. So that's sort of
very
like a
long.
secret to our age. So we were in Nanyang Poly together, and it's great to be finally able to share with everyone what you're doing and what you've done, because it's so important to make people happy with the work that we have been producing. So once again, I can't thank you enough for coming on to our Tea Talk show.
Thanks.
Now we want to start how do you when we were studying way back in digital media design back in Nanyang Poly.
Correct.
And obviously you went on to do a lot of different things, art related, of course.
Yes.
So what are the what were you up to after Nanyang Poly, and how did it lead you to whatever you are doing right now?
Okay. I went to work for a few game studios along the way. Yeah.
Right.
And I was also halfway through I went to improve my skills for 1 year, because my skills kind of sucked after poly, so I had to upgrade. Yeah, then continue to work for a few more different startup and small game studios. Then currently I'm working at Rainbow Center, teaching art for students with special needs there. Yeah.
Oh, so that means you sort of know that you want to improve your skills as a fresh grad, I would suppose, after digital media design course, right? And you already know that you want to do 2D illustrations, digital artwork.
Yeah.
So you are finding a lot of opportunities. That's why you have been going around different startups company to produce or to learn to gain experience.
Sort of, but starting I was quite noob when I came out, so I had to. As I worked there, I realized my skills were not that good. So I realized the hard way that I need to level up. Then I can continue work in this game industry, because it's very competitive.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever opportunity you have to just grab it and build from there.
Yes.
Cool. Now, of course, after that many years, you have all these amazing illustrations plastered all over your social media and your web page. Your Instagram and as well as your Facebook page, right?
Yep.
I noticed there are a lot of this work that have this accentuating local flavor, and which I think is nice. I personally like all this localized artwork. And how did this idea come about? By putting this very entertaining Singaporean theme illustrations up on social media.
Oh, it started from quite a sad story, because that time I was retrenched from work, so I was out of job. Then they had this SG 50 design a t-shirt contest. Then the cash prize was 10K. Then I saw the cash prize. I wanted the cash.
Did you win it?
Then I just go all out to try free entry. Then
True.
Then through voting, then quite lucky. Then a lot of friends helped to vote. Then managed to win the.
Oh, so you got the 10K.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
But it's a mix of cash and vouchers, so it's not really the full amount.
Okay, wow.
But very lucky, so it kind of covered up my few months of job, no job that time.
Wow. I mean, it's actually quite impressive also to see that despite being retrenched from the job, a lot of people sometimes go into the mode of depressions, thinking must find a job to survive. But you found another opportunity or to regain that confidence in you, as well as not stopping you down in doing what you want to do, creating artwork, and also at the same time winning, right?
That one really must thank my friends. I feel it's by chance, by very very heng, very very thankful. Yeah.
But I think it still shows that for me as a friend, I can see that your
Mm.
passion is creating like 2D artworks, and
Correct.
I definitely want to vote for you because I can feel the passion that you have been doing. So you have my vote.
Oh, thank you.
So from the works, from
Yeah.
your works, and we can tell that generally, like I mentioned, passion is what drives you to create all these works.
Yeah.
And from how much joy you're able to give like people, and even your motto, right, is to like creating art to inspire hope and happiness. Why do you think it's so important to inspire hope and happiness?
Okay. To me, I feel a lot of the news nowadays or in social media is a lot of very negative or very tragic news or crime. Those are on the spotlight. So I thought we need to have more positivity, more hope to instead of just everyone just focusing on negative stuff. Then that's why I feel that how I can get my voice heard or can help do my part to make things better is by doing more happier or positive artworks. Yeah.
So the takeaway is like don't watch news.
Not true lah, not true. You still have to be aware what's going on, but you need to like balance. I cannot be all negative.
True.
Balance like the yin and yang,
Yeah.
good and bad.
So tip number 1, go subscribe to Hang Kwong's Instagram. Maybe we'll ask you later to plug on our Instagram. And yeah, so you recently started putting up these little designs of reimagined MRT stations, like what I see here. What you're wearing, Sengkang, which I believe
Yes.
it's one of the console by Sega, right?
Correct.
It was during our time, by the way. So and also like you parodied like famous logos, designs like Lazada, Google's Toy R Us.
Correct.
What are the inspirations behind this?
It also derived from another set or like struggling story.
Oh, okay.
Because during my previous job, I was frustrated with some of the work. Like they were doing maybe more social casino kind of games. Then I felt it was kind of against what I believe in. I prefer to have art that's like positive and bring hope. But to me, nothing wrong with like social casino or like jackpot or slot games. But I just felt something not right to work on that. So afterward, I want to expand my frustration by doing my own project or something fun. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Which was the MRT station logos. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean like I see that the MRT logo it's something fun, like a lot of people actually interact with the
yes.
logo. Just do you want to like talk to us more about that?
Oh sure. I feel like it started off from just a fun project that because every time I take MRT to work, so I just staring at the MRT stations. Then slowly I start to see like words forming up from stations like lavender. Somehow I just see as Lazada. Then I thought maybe I just try for fun. I design one lavender Lazada. Then slowly I just design a few. Then the more I design, the more I start to get addicted. Like maybe I can do 5, I can do 10. Then I had my cousin to come and test out. Like she sometimes will visit me weekly. Then I just show her, hey, check this out. Can you guess what station is this? Then I realized like, wow, the more she was quite excited to guess each station. Then that made me think maybe I want to something I can create a whole series for. Actually, just for the fun of it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I actually like the idea that you're able to engage people through artworks like this, and it's also like give people like us, right, to give our input, to give our thoughts in it, and feel like we are part of the artwork, the creations of artwork. I kind of like that. And going back, and I noticed that you are a very like motivated person, a person that despite all the setbacks, you still manage to get back on feet. Doing the things that you like to do, which is 2D illustrations and all this artwork. So, yeah, we definitely hope to learn that kind of aspect from you.
Oh, I forgot to share for the MRT stations but before when it started to go viral, like strangers start to message me about like, can you give me clues like what is this station or what is this logo? Then I felt quite amused. But I never give them the answer. Just give them a clue. Then try to let them guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you actually like people actually private message you
yes,
on your Instagram?
Facebook.
Asking you to give them a clue. How does it work about? Like, I mean, what kind of clues?
Maybe they say I am stuck at this. Like hi there, I saw your station. Then I would like to ask like this particular station. Do you have any? what's the answer? But I never give anyone the answer direct. I always tell them, this is the clue you can figure out. Then if cannot, you get back to me. I will provide you with another clue.
Wow.
So quite funny and quite interesting.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of like interesting to hear that actually people do bother to play your like a sort of mini game.
It wasn't. I didn't expect that. Yeah. To me, I thought I just release it on my Facebook and that's it. I move on to do other stuff.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you started like doing 2D artworks, right? From your earlier basketball portraits.
Correct.
I remember I saw like one of your paintings, digital painting of like
Correct.
Kobe Bryant.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. To like Singaporean landscapes now. They are Singaporean culture memes.
Yep.
So how from all this artwork, how did you find your own style?
Oh, okay. Because I like basketball, so I always use NBA as a subject matter. So I love to draw them, but those cannot earn money. It's just for my passion project.
Right.
So how I slowly shift to more Singaporean theme artwork is because of the SG50, the contest. From there, when I won the contest, that kickstart me to think that there is a niche and small market that people are like really love Singapore culture, like Singapore food and landmarks. So from there, I tried, maybe I do one postcard design about one Singapore food, like chicken rice, then maybe nasi lemak, then nasi biryani. Then slowly it just developed from there I slowly switched to more Singapore themed, and on the side can earn money to sell as like merchandise and products.
It is actually very interesting because a lot of people, including me, will feel that we should expand or internationalize our artwork. But you tell us like focus on a small niche like a Singaporean theme artwork, and that is what brings you a lot of side income and interest from
not
people.
A lot, a bit.
Yeah, at least like 10,000. So
no.
So I'm actually very interested to hear from you, like how do you find out that there is this interest or in the Singaporean theme artwork?
There were like companies that reached out to me after I won the contest about the design. Can I sell them as posters or postcards?
Right.
Then at first I wasn't sure because I'm not sure about the copyright and stuff. But later I checked it's okay. Then I tried selling with a few stores. Then from there I saw the monthly sales. Not too bad. Maybe I can release more and slowly get more side income.
Oh wow! Okay.
That kind of started it all. Yeah.
Okay, but these companies are these like Singaporean companies?
They were local companies.
Local companies. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay. But that's actually quite interesting because I actually never thought of it, honestly. Okay. Now your drive, of course, mainly comes from connections you would make with people through your work, like what you mentioned in the MRT logo design. Why do you think that the intimate connections that you convey with your art to the people so important?
So a lot of times I'm not too sure whether the art can connect. Like I have a lot of like field projects also I put out, then not much response. But the key I feel is to keep trying. Like you have set up small projects for yourself and put it out there. Then if it works, then good. Then don't work, it's okay. So then you start on a new one. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I kind of feel that it's quite true also because I hear this from a number of people. For me, as ourselves also, we do try a lot of different things sometimes, and we never know because
you never know.
It's kind of subjective, right?
Yes.
Like maybe we feel that this is to us is nice or this is to us where people will like it, but again, you don't know what are the masses thinking.
Yes.
So like you mentioned, like sometimes you do have to do a lot of like trial and errors
to
find out where exactly is your target market, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we go back to the start where you have been to a lot of like startup companies and also involved in a lot in the startup scene, especially in the media industry. But you have also done a lot of work independently, right? Along the side, you do like a lot of illustrations on your own freelance as well.
Yeah.
So, what do you think separates these two different experiences, and which one do you prefer?
Well, both. They have their pros and cons. Like if you join a startup, you don't need to worry about finding businesses. The boss will find, then you just do the job. Then you also get to wear multiple hats because it's a very small place. You have to, like, everything you need to learn, and also you get a hands-on and feel like how each role is like. But for freelance, a bit, also you need to do everything, but no one is there to help you or guide you. You have to figure it out yourself. And I think it's tougher also because you need to go and find or source for clients. But for startup, although it's small and just startup, but there's the team or company that will help bring in different projects. And each project could be quite different. Maybe not something that you will usually work on. Then you get to experience working on very interesting stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, given a choice, just asking like, which one would you like prefer? You know, at this stage.
For stability, will still join startup. Well, I think freelance is tough, so I really respect those who can go all out.
Because freelance is sort of like you're on your own, right?
Yes.
You have to find income.
Yes.
At the same time, you still have to do the work.
Yes. And
liaise
is for the business. A lot of communications back and forth. But if you do start, maybe you can still focus fully on your job role instead of like doing miscellaneous tasks.
Right, because like admins and finding incomes and all that, you don't have to worry. You just focus on creating good artwork.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Now, you are currently under Rainbow Centre right now, and which is a social service organization in Singapore, right?
Yeah.
You basically help like students with special needs to nurture their art skills as well as to get them to create art. So, why do you decide like to join this organization? This is something that I feel like is very noble of you to want to join organizations and to teach students like with special needs. You know, it's like, wow.
It still goes back to my value of like it's always supposed to help or hope to bring hope and joy or bring hope and happiness to people. So through working in like a school like Rainbow Centre, that I get a chance to teach the students artwork. I see that they are eager to learn. Then I feel like I'm doing something positive. Then when you see that once the student understands and they are able to produce like very nice artworks, then I find some like sense of satisfaction and achievement in there.
So how old are these students in general?
Around 14 to 18 years old.
Wow,
range.
14 to 18 years
like
old.
Teenagers, yeah.
Oh wow, okay. And how are they like receptive to like you like teaching them?
Every student is different. Some maybe they may not know how to respond to you, or they might talk to them, they might not respond, but we have to figure out how different ways of communicating. It could be like through verbally telling them, or we need to write out a checklist of what to do. Then looking at the written out checklist, they can understand. So quite interesting. Everyone is different. Yeah, they have to figure out different ways to get them engaged to do artwork.
So are you the one that has to sort of understand these students?
Yeah, we need to figure out. Correct.
Wow. Okay.
Also, how I joined here also from another sad story.
Sad story.
Not sad story. Struggling story. Because the before I joined here, I was working at a small game studio. Then they took on multiple projects. But one of the projects I mentioned before was those like social casino games, which I felt I don't feel comfortable working on it because I feel like I'm encouraging people to gamble. Then it kind of go against my belief and value of inspiring people and do for like hope and happiness. So internally I was struggling. Although the company was very nice and the projects were like, you just need to draw outward, don't worry too much. But I felt my conscience like, I feel very bad. Like, yeah, then I thought maybe I need a change of surrounding. Then I use my art in a positive way, like can teach students.
Oh, yeah. So how long were you in that company that created like those casinos?
About 2 to 3 years. But they took on many different projects, so it's not all the way social casinos. Right. It's a mix of like small game projects or app development stuff. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. And because you also like help with social service and also do volunteer works like I remember I saw you at
event.
An event, right?
Yeah.
For mines, I think.
Correct.
I was with my wife, just helping her out for one of a few events,
Yeah.
and I saw you, and I realized that you have been actually actively participating in these events, right? So, and I believe how many years is that already? Are you still currently doing that?
Not at the moment because of
Yeah.
the COVID situation.
Right,
so it's hard to conduct classes. Yeah.
Okay.
But previously it was about 8 to 9 years
Wow.
in. Correct.
So, what question to you is like,
Yep.
what do you think is so important to give back to the community, like especially for these people with special needs?
Okay. When I first started, I didn't think so much. It's my friend keep asking me to try out. Then I thought to prevent him from nagging, I just go down one time. Then he will keep quiet. But after I tried it out, then it was quite a different experience. Like when I interacted with the trainees or the clients there, then you felt they're very simple. Like if they're hungry, then they just say they're hungry. They will tell you that they're hungry, or if they are maybe something not right, you can tell that from their expression they're not right. So I think it's very nice. Like they're just very simple and like no motive. They won't like in front smile, then behind backstab you that kind. Yeah, so I thought it's a very nice feel. Then subsequently I get to know more volunteers also. So it's a very nice and heartwarming community. So that slowly made me like volunteer more often. Then you get to meet more friends and also learn about different things, like how to handle people with special needs. Or I also find out, like they also have a lot of fun events. So I get to also learn. It is quite enriching for me. Yeah.
Okay, but how does it change? Like especially during COVID, now we are doing remote.
Oh, okay.
And you're still helping out. How does it work then?
Okay, for now I kind of stopped because now COVID is more on Zoom, but we have very limited activities. We can't really interact with them or help them. Only through Zoom, then they just play some songs and you just follow and do the dance sections, which is not so engaging for them. But if we were before COVID, we can physically like maybe guide them along or have like physical exercise or like fun games. But online is tough. So because of that, I also slowly stopped attending those Zoom sessions.
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now going back to our MRT station priority logo, some of the design obviously went viral.
Yeah.
How do you like react to the virality, and how do you think it changes things for you?
Okay, I didn't really have time to read because it come and go very fast. Like I didn't expect in the first place. Then slowly it started off when I see the number of likes on my post. It just keep jumping like few hundred.
Oh.
The first few days was not much, but suddenly it keep jumping for the next 2-3 days. Then maybe like social media companies message me say, "Are you free for interview?" And like maybe Amazon will feature my logo. At first I was very scared. My mom thought like, "Oh, you're going to get into trouble. They're going to sue you," because like there were about 120 logos or stations. Then all 120 stations are going to come and sue you. Yeah. Then I was very panicked. I was waiting like maybe one lawyer will come and sue me and say, "Why did you like use like copyright or stuff like that?" But so they were quite sporting. A lot of the companies they say, hey, they had fun with it. Then I think a lot of Singapore heartlanders they also associate the location with the where they stay. So they were like they're quite they took pride in the logo. Then some say, "Hey, why this logo is like that?" Like got one the Pasir Ris one was very iconic. The initial was the reference was Pornhub, so it's an adult site. Then people started complaining, "How can you say Pasir Ris is Pornhub?" But then there were also quite funny comments going on. Like a lot of guys keep tagging each other, say, "Hey, I know you went to Pasir Ris last night," or stuff like that. Then some of my friends, maybe the wife or girlfriend of my other friends, they asked me, "What is about Pasir Ris? How come?" Why all the guys are talking about it? Then I shared, you go and ask your husband what is Pasir Ris. Very funny. Then later the husband, which is my friend, he messaged me, "Thanks I sabo here." Then another one said demand me to change. So I changed it to like Pizza Hut. Then they were like, "Oh, thank you for making it family friendly." Then I just thinking, okay, but this is my project. Why everyone so worked up or so agitated about it? But I thought it's a quite interesting phenomenon or reaction from the public.
Well, I mean, obviously there's a sense of pride in the Pasir Ris, residents.
But sorry, Pasir Ris. It wasn't intention.
But it's one thing that actually caught my attention was that you're telling us that the virality of it, right? Yes. It jumps from hundreds to hundreds, right? So, how much in total is there in right now?
The last I saw, actually not much, but maybe 3 to 4K likes, but it was on Mothership. My own page not much. On my post not much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That's okay. That's cool. Now, why do you think that these logos in particular went viral? I think you explained some of them.
Yeah.
Like for example, like people are purely engaging in their or proud of their own residence or the area that they stay in, right? But other than that, what do you think that it went viral?
I think part of the reason because it's MRT stations is part of everyday life. You see every day, then no one really thought about it. Then maybe I quite lucky. Then just go and make a meme or I just add some thought to it. I combine brands and stations. Then you suddenly see something new in your everyday life. Then that makes it refreshing. Maybe that's the reason. But I do not have no idea. It just suddenly went viral.
And you mentioned that companies message you. So
Yeah.
what are they like looking for when they message you? Is it something to just tell you, yeah, good job, or are they seeking for collaborations?
I was hoping they were seeking for collaborations, but unfortunately there was not really. But there were a couple of like T-shirt companies. They wanted to collaborate and like produce their logos, but the deal was quite tricky because I might lose ownership. Like they want to maybe own the rights to those logos. So to me, I felt I rather own the rights than to sell them out. And also the copyright issue, I'm not sure am I able to sell them as products. So in there, I like kindly declined their offers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right then. Of course, you have been around in the media industry for more than decades, at least 12 years minimum, I suppose.
Around there.
Yeah, but give or take 10 years, a decade.
Yes.
Going around to different companies, garnering and level up yourself.
Yes.
So what are was there in any point in your creative journey that you saw yourself doing maybe something else?
Not really, because I think only best at design. I suck at maths and science and stuff, so I only know my only way out is art. But I'm open to like any form of art. Could be advertising, games, illustration, card games. Yeah, as long as art related, I'm okay with it.
So throughout your many years in the industry, you are actually focusing on creating artwork, 2D concept art, illustrations.
Yeah, correct.
Wow. Yeah, because I myself actually got burnt out once. So
same. No doubt you'll feel burnt out, but because of survival, you need to take care of the family, so still have to find ways to make things work.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. A lot of your works are done independently, and we know that you have been to the flea markets and festivals.
Yeah.
You guys, by the way, you guys can find Hang Kwong whenever he does the next one. I hope, by the way, hopefully like the COVID is lifted up, the restriction lifted up, you can do another one.
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
You guys can see all this nice artwork that Hang Kwong has kindly showcased. And so, like, what makes you think of joining these events to sell your work? Is it to gain exposure, to earn some side cash, or to make friends?
Actually, all of that you mentioned, the cash for sure, like cannot be go there and lose money. Yeah, so partly is definitely is to earn cash, that's for sure. Then side exposure also. So I also like to test like, is my design popular with public, or will people spend money on such a design? So I also like to interact with the people. Like, then I'll have a sensing like how can I improve on my artwork. Yeah. Then maybe someone will tell me, wow, so much. Then they just put it down and walk off, which happened before. But some like I talk out with them, then they very amused, then they will buy more. So quite interesting to see the reaction of the people walking around the stores. Yeah.
But compared to like nowadays a lot of people do like online
Hmm.
selling, right?
Correct.
So what are the the difference between like selling physically in a booth versus like selling via maybe online platform?
I struggle with online because I feel I still cannot connect fully with them. But in person, maybe I can notice something about what they wear, or I can recall their name. Then I found fun. Hey, what's up? Then there's this human connection that makes it very different. So I really prefer selling in person than online. Online, I feel like I'm talking to a screen. Then I cannot read how is their reaction like.
Right.
Even if I read the comments, but it's just text. I cannot read their facial expressions or their body, like the body language. Yeah.
But of course, like having physical booth, right? You
Correct.
have to pay rental. You have to spend your time there, and you definitely have additional running costs versus online.
Correct.
Would the physical booth
I
still
think
work better than online then?
Definitely. For me, I think the physical booth still works.
After minus off all the costs.
Yeah, I'll find a very cheapo, very cheap rate one. I think it's the online very hard. Plus, online I think a lot. I think a lot of algorithms or marketing to do before people know that you are selling. But somehow I feel physical stores easier to get people to buy in, and I can introduce my product better.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Got it. So a lot of your artworks are Singaporean theme and about celebrating Singaporean culture.
Yes.
So like you recently did this T-shirt design, inspired by an advanced Chai Fan song.
Correct.
If you guys can see this,
这个
yeah, Chai Fan song, right? 这个那个, right?
Correct.
So why do you think it's so important in like in your work to uplift the local culture?
I feel like when people talk about design and like what comes to mind, maybe a lot will think of like maybe Korea or Japan or US. I feel like we are underrepresented, and I hope like maybe through, let's say, the Cai Fan song, it was very like very catchy. Then as I was designing the T-shirt, I was listening to the song. Then I thought we can also make Singapore theme stuff like well known internationally. It's tough, but I like the challenge. I like we are underdogs, and we also can step up to like world class level.
Wow. Okay. So do you think that once you did the artwork and the t-shirt design, how does it fare in terms of the virality and all that?
For the design T-shirt, nothing happened.
But
I had a good laugh with my friends.
Yeah. More importantly, is like it's enjoyable, right? That's what you're after, right? The hope and happiness through your artwork.
Yeah, maybe I hope like when I wear this T-shirt and order Cai Fan, the people will laugh. Like they see the T-shirt slogan, then they will have a good laugh, and then cheer up their day.
Are you gonna sell the T-shirt design?
I did upload online, but I realized the printing quality not so good, so I recommend don't buy it first.
Okay, got it. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, we'll look into it when the printing quality is up,
Yes,
improved.
Yes,
okay, so you obviously like other than 2D art, concept art, you do the digital illustrations and UI design.
Yep.
To you personally, do you think it's important to have a wide skill sets as a creative?
Definitely, it helps a lot because now it's very competitive. I see like students or like fresh grads, I think their skill set is way more than me. Then I feel, oh no, I'm so behind. So then with more skill sets, you can take on more jobs. Like a lot of jobs I want to take on, but I lack certain skill sets. So I felt I'm very handicapped by the lack of knowledge in certain skills. Then the other way to work around is I have to either find a niche or be very good in what I'm doing to just stay in this like media or game industry.
Okay.
Or in the arts in the arts scene.
Like I mean, so like you have different skill sets.
Correct.
And you can sort of like take on more jobs and more opportunities, I would say, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's always good to have, definitely.
Okay, I understand. Agree, and I also agree. Now, as you know, like being in the media industry, there's always this fear of stability, and we talked about this on other TikTok episode before. But being creative, especially in Singapore, and even more if you're an independent creative, stability isn't secured. Like some other days you might have more clients or tractions.
Correct.
Other days you might have none. What do you personally think about this?
I feel Yeah, it's very tough to get clients on and off, but it shouldn't hinder you from doing things like, be it whether you have clients, I feel that I have to always be doing something like work on projects or keep my designs aware. So I just continue working hard. Then people will take note of me. Maybe they don't have any projects for me, but they constantly, if I constantly appear, my works appear on their social media feed. Then maybe one day they have think of anything, they will think of me to help them design. So the key is just keep working, continuously keep working instead of waiting for opportunities. You create your own opportunity.
Yeah. So you keep creating stuff, and once the opportunity is here, you know
Yeah.
that you're ready for it, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because you have so much content
Yeah.
that you churn out constantly, like with the MRT logos. There are so many MRT stations in Singapore.
Yeah.
With the memes, there are so many artwork that you have to constantly put out on your IGs. How do you keep up to make sure that you have not depleted out on your creative juice, having to come out with so much content and with such a limited amount of time?
Okay. Initially, I thought I have to keep up with the trend and just keep pumping out content. But later I realized I think it's okay to slow down. Maybe my design will be a bit backwards, but I think take the time to enjoy the creation rather than to stress yourself to force out to keep in line with the trend. And another way to think about it is you can be the one to create the trend rather than blindly chasing what is the next trend. Maybe you can be the one who set the trend. So I now don't really worry too much about taking too long. To me, as long as I feel the product or my design is polished enough, then I feel comfortable to release it out rather than hurry up release out just to hop onto the bandwagon. Yeah.
Like, do you give yourself like a time certain like each post? How long should I post certain like artworks? Is there like time limit? Or
No, I actually I don't really bother about my social media. To me, I feel comfortable. I post out already. I used to be quite concerned about the number of likes, but now I think I don't care. If you like or don't like, it's fine. I'm okay one. Because I feel as long as I'm happy and proud of my artwork, I'm okay with it.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's more like just doing it like for you
For
yourself.
correct.
right?
Have fun, enjoy the process rather than react according to how people think about my artwork. Yeah.
Okay. Now obviously it has been a long run, and by the way, like how old are you by the way? If I don't mind?
I'm 38. this
38.
year.
Okay. So at the age of like 38, and of course, a lot of
Yeah.
people that I see, including maybe me, I'm not sure,
Still
they
young,
don't keep
still
up
young.
with times, but you're still in tune with the current trends and culture, and it's somewhat pretty evident in like the work that you do, especially in your artwork. How do you keep track with all these trend and current times of like social media at your age?
What do you mean my age? No, joking. But to be honest, very hard for me to catch up. I mean, maybe I just read up social media or maybe in WhatsApp group, friends will comment like what's trending. Then I'll get inspiration for it. But I don't make it a point to really have to be keeping up with what's going on. Unless it's something I feel strongly about, then I will want to work on that project. But I think it's okay to let it slide. No need to chase every trending news or any hype going on.
But you still like look into like what's on trend.
Yeah, it's good to be aware of what's going on. So with that, you know what to create or what the market looks for,
Right.
and it'll be quite in. Yeah,
But where do you look out from? Like, where do you get like
the
your
info.
your info, or
Or
rather, where do you get your trend from? Is there any like a source for that?
Actually, very old school. Just Facebook.
Just-
I don't have much I don't have much social media. I only got Facebook and Instagram. I think I'm very outdated. Really, very outdated from.
So basically,
Yeah,
like just look through the feeds and see what maybe attracts you.
Yeah, correct. Or maybe like WhatsApp, then got people gossiping. Man, what's this news looks interesting? Then I might have my take on it and do an art project or design based on whatever that particular project if it's interesting enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So. Now, as someone as experienced as you, do you have like any advice for people who are aspiring to be in this industry, or things that you hope someone have told you when you started?
The one I really recall was when I first started, one of my ex-colleagues, he told me practice. Then I didn't understand like practice what thing. Because I don't really know how to go about practicing, but after years, like slowly as I work, then I see wow, he really constantly been churning out like artwork, like 3D models of like superheroes. Then they become like sculptures for like Marvel or DC. Then I think back to his advice, like he really true to his word. He practiced hard. Like after office hours, he at home he will continue working on his 3D sculpture.
You mean like a
like
3D design? Is
3D
it?
design, like
Oh.
of a character. And
Okay.
he's like always, even till now, he's still working.
You mean like after work he will use
After
his
work.
own personal time,
Yes.
even on weekends also?
Yes,
Okay.
which
So
I thought was very impressive. Like his
Wow.
discipline.
So he's still doing that now. That was
Yes.
like I guess 10 years, more than 10 years.
Yes, and
Wow.
it really stick to me till now. And yeah, that's one of the key advice. Another is like feel free to keep trying. Don't be afraid what people say. Or it's like very open market. It's very easy to create stuff. So it's like free market. You just put it out. If people like it, then good. Then you carry on. Don't like it, it's also okay. You also continue carry on, but constantly keep doing.
Which is quite true,
Keep
because sometimes
doing.
we are like, we sort of like put a lot of self awareness on ourselves. Maybe it's not good enough. Maybe
Yeah,
we should show
correct.
this. Maybe we are not ready yet. Maybe wait till I'm ready, which likely
You-
we'll
you'll
never be ready, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then it holds us back on ourselves and just keep thinking about what will other people think, right?
Correct.
On that. So key takeaway, I guess it's like more like keep practicing,
Yes.
keep showing off your work.
Sure.
I mean, showcasing your work.
Showcasing.
Showcasing your work, be it like what you feel, if it's good or bad, or if things you think that you can improve further, just like share it out for people, because you
Correct.
never know like what are the takes from other people. Like
Yes.
people may like it because these are just purely based on what you think, but
Correct.
you never know what other people are thinking also, and that could give you another idea how you can improve on.
Yeah.
Also.
And I think one more point I recall is like I cannot like tahan. I cannot stand it if something I have in mind but I didn't go and test it out. I don't want to live in the regret like, if only I did that, or what if I did that. I cannot. If I know I want to do it, I will try it out. If it fails, it bombs. It's fine. Like, I'll gladly live with it as the whatever result. But I cannot live with not trying at all. That one I cannot take it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like a wasted chance or opportunity.
Quite true.
Very
Very
sayang.
Because sometimes you just have doubt, but if you never move on, you have that doubt forever, right? I mean, if
Yes.
you fail fast, and then move on from there.
Because it could be like, what if I succeed and then that thing is like popular or successful. So it can go either way. So the thing is just put in the work and just get going, just try out. It's no harm trying.
Which I believe. I mean, which I also feel that failure doesn't mean that it's not good. Sometimes failure is just like a step towards success, right?
Yes,
So you're just a step away from doing what's right.
correct.
Wow. So the friend of yours, do you want to share with him? Like share with us who is maybe?
Who?
Yeah.
Okay. His name is Philip Herman. So he did a lot. I think DC or I'm not sure exactly, but he did a lot of like 3D sculptures.
As a fan art or?
Used to be fan art, but then later like officially licensed to.
Wow.
They engaged him to do the models and product.
Oh, so he started out as a passion doing
Project.
a fan art.
He like super love like Disney, Marvel. Although I don't really keep in touch with him, but on and off I still see him like posting artworks, very very beautiful, awesome 3D sculptures.
And that's quite cool, because like he did all this because of his passion.
Yes.
And he did it without any like he just want to do good work and things that he liked, and in the end he got the attention from DC and Marvels.
I think he worked in like sculpture companies, maybe like XM Studios.
I see.
I'm not sure. I think got a few companies, but I couldn't recall fully.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's that's something that is we can talk endlessly,
Yes.
and it's a constant like improvement of everyone else journey. So thank you so much for sharing with us the your tips and tricks of how to move on ahead with our creative journey. And again, thank you again for coming down today. And it was nice talking to you. Do you want to let our audience know where to find you on social media, or is there anything other than all this work, that beautiful artwork that we have, that you want to plug? Any upcoming artworks that maybe want to share with us?
Nothing really to plug, but I'm actually working on something. But if you see, you see. If you don't, it's okay. But hopefully I'll release it soon. Also about local stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but keep it in like mystery first.
When will we be? When will it be sort of released?
I have no idea. Cause I'm struggling. I'm still struggling to finish it.
But you have an idea already. It's in
actually
progress.
It's in progress. Yes, but I have no deadline when it will be done.
Okay, so if let's say it's out, it's out already. Where can we see it?
I'll post it on my Facebook page. HKX Design.
Okay, and also your Instagram.
Also HKX Design. HK like Hang Kwong, X like multiply by design.
Okay, got it. So, all right, thank you so much everyone for listening to Tea Talk with AMC. If you are listening to this on SoundCloud, and do follow us there. If you are watching this on YouTube, subscribe to us. And if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at AMC Studios. Bye.
Bye bye.